Bradley, Brandon Rios tomorrow night, HBO, 7 o'clock. You know what I find uh, extremely amazing? That they've made the boxing public and Latino novice fans believe that Brandon Rios is a good fighter. And the reason why I say that is Brandon Rios is simply a charismatic C plus B minus fighter. Uh, he's a rock'em sock'em type of fighter who don't really have any technical skills on a higher level, I would say. Um, he's not as good as people's mental perception of him really is because he's a great interviewer. He's great in front of the mic. Uh, he's very prideful and proud of him coming out of the quote unquote slums of Kansas City. And I actually enjoy interviewing Brandon. But the truth of the matter is, Brandon Rios is just simply a fighter. There's nothing special about him. Um, he's not as uh, good of a boxer as people just believe off initial perception or initial reality, I would say. Um, do I like Brandon Rios? Yes, I've interviewed him a couple times. I've never hung out with him. I've never been to Garcia's gym and had conversations with him, but just at pressers and other people's fights, I've spoken with him. But it's just amazing how media relations can heighten you as a fighter. I don't see nothing special about Brandon Rios. If you look at his his boxing record, let's be honest, who has he really fought and beaten? He beat a Diego Chavez recently. Hmm. I don't know if that says anything about your career. Diego Chavez is just a tough fight. It's kind of like fighting, in basketball terms, the Memphis Grizzlies or something like that. Or in football, I would say facing the New York Jets. There's nothing special, but you know they're going to play as hard as they can and have some formidable matchup. But if you do what you're supposed to do, you'll beat them. He got outclassed against Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao just used angles on him and hit the living daylights out of him. And everyone makes reference to the Mike Alvarado trilogy. The last Mike Alvarado fight was, let's say, Mike Alvarado wasn't there. Uh, Drugs and alcohol and personal physical abuse to his body paid a toll on him, and he needed the money, so he had to show up. Um, uh, and the first two, I mean, it's just you hit me, I hit you, you hit me. I go back and look at those fights, and you will see that Brandon Rios is just a fighter, you know, and he takes. I'm always amused how when people say he takes a great punch. Just think about that from the basis of fundamentals. He takes a great punch. The younger you are, the easier it is to take a punch. The older you are, the more challenging it is to take a punch. So, and the younger you are, the easier it is to make weight. The older you are, the tougher it is to make weight. For various reasons, bodies don't respond as quick. You done picked up more vices as you got older because you've gained more money, you gained more accolades, you have more of a social life. So there's many components that goes into making weight as you get older. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. I don't think there's nothing special about Brandon Rios. I'll give my prediction video a little bit later today. But it's just amazing how they're hyping this up as a good fight, as a tough fight. Listen, when you have no boxing skills on the A level, I don't want this to be misinterpreted as I think Brandon Rios is is not being recognized for what he's done in his boxing career, but he's not on the above B level status in my eyes. If you want to stand there and trade with him, that's not a boxing match. That's a fight. And since we're talking about boxing, there's nothing special about Brandon Rios. He takes 10 punches, he's going to land 10 punches. You land 5 punches, he wants to land 5 punches. And that's just basically who Brandon Rios is. And if you don't believe me, Brandon Rios is awfully young. And if you listen to him speak, you will know that um, he takes a high level of punches in sparring, and I would say more in sparring because his speech is a little bit slurred. He's not delayed yet, but you can see the premature stages of being punch drunk. So, but let me know what you guys think. You obviously know where I'm going with my prediction just based off of this just conversation I'm having with you guys. But it's just amazing how uh, they lie to the American public and make you believe that fighters are better than what they really are. And if you have a big personality, you're really better than who you are. I mean, case in point, Adrian Broner. He's not a great boxer yet. Has he shown flashes of being a above average boxer? Absolutely, because of his God-given tools, but he's definitely not a great boxer yet. Um, Whereas you look at an Andre Ward who doesn't talk, and he's probably the best boxer in the world, you know. Um, and the list can go on and on. Sugar Ray Leonard, how he emotionally controlled the boxing public, with his flamboyancy and how he robbed Marvin Hagler, and how he swooned over those judges that judged that fight uh, before the fight. Because if you look at that fight, you can see how he was just flashy and stealing, trying to steal the rounds, and probably wasn't landing, and so it's just amazing how powerful, if you're well groomed outside of the ring, how that can carry over to you obviously making more money and being more marketable to the novice fans and actually convincing people who call them diehard boxing fans, but um, I think I don't think there's nothing special about Brandon Rios. I think he's a punching bag. Um, I think he has tons of heart, but when you lack the physical skills, you have to have the heart of a lion. That's just the reality of if you want to take your athletic career to the next level. There's countless examples of this. Trent Dilfer, who led the Baltimore Ravens to an NFL championship, lacked the physical skills, but possessed everything else. Phil Simms of the New York Giants um, lacked many of the physical skills of a Joe Montana of his era, but led the New York Football Giants to an NFL championship. Jim Harbaugh of the 1985 Bears, lacked a lot of the physical skills. Jeff Hostetler, I can go on and give you many examples. But you have to have the heart of a lion if you lack the physical skills. And Brandon Rios has exemplified having the heart of a lion, but he lacks the physical skills to be on that level. So let me know what you guys think. I think they fooled the boxing public in believing that this is a big fight. I think this is a very mediocre fight. Um, and if Timothy Bradley does what he's supposed to do, I mean, he can win this fight 9 rounds to 3, uh, with flashes of being a great combination puncher boxer. Brandon Rios is going to land anywhere between 5 and 10 punches in this fight, and it's going to make you believe that he has a chance. But if Timothy Bradley gets out of the way, everything will be a-okay. So let me know what you guys think. Barbershop Conversations. Uh, let me. I'm curious to think what you guys think about Brandon Rios. Am I off, or am I? I don't believe these are assumptions. I've seen Brandon Rios probably the last 10 fights, and he's an LA kid. He trains out of LA, so I follow him extensively. But let me know what you guys think. Barbershop Conversations. And I appreciate you guys' support thus far. And let me know what you guys think about the fight. I'll lay my predictions a little bit later and tell you my um, Timothy Bradley, Keys to Victory. Barbershop Conversations. Appreciate you guys' support. Peace, man.